we go. Okay. All right. For class today, I've got my chair and blankets to sit on. I just want to show you a few other things that I've got. I have a rolled up blanket. I kind of prepared everything ahead of time to show you. These are things that you might have for every yoga practice or for every yoga class. So I have a rolled up blanket, and this could be used, underneath different parts of your body to help support your body throughout the practice. I've got two blocks and a strap. Anything can be used as a strap. You could use a scarf, a tie, a belt, dog's leash even works. And then having a wall behind you is nice to give support if you're sitting on the ground. I find that it's a really nice way to come up and down from the ground with that support. I'm going to begin in the chair today. And let's arrange yourself in a way that's comfortable to be seated. So let's root down through the sit bones and rest the shoulders, rest your arms, hands. Let's lengthen up through the crown of the head to lengthen the spine. And returning back, circling back to the stop method that we were talking about a few minutes ago. We stop. So think of this as you're stopping. You're hitting the pause button on what you were doing before now. Even for the day, it's like we press the pause button and turn our awareness to yoga. And then we take a breath. So turn your awareness now to your breathing. Notice where you feel the breath the most prominently. Bringing your attention there. Noticing the fullness of your in-breath, the fullness of your out-breath. And observe what's present today. Like if there's an area of your body that you're taking care of, if there's a thought that keeps kind of circling around in your head, or if there's a feeling that you came to class with. So we're observing. Continuing to breathe as you do. Accepting here and now what's present. And then we proceed. So let's proceed in our yoga practice together. You could bring a hand, if you wish, to your heart, or bring hands into Anjali Mudra at your heart. So let's stay connected today back to our breath. Like throughout our yoga session, we'll come back to the feel of the breath, what the breath's doing, as a way to anchor ourselves back to what we're doing, back to the present moment. There's great refreshment in that connection we take with the breath. And now let's chant the sound of Om 3 times together. If you'd like to join me, please do. Go ahead and exhale fully. Take a long, deep breath in. One. 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 And then release your shoulders, your hands, open your eyes. And then let's begin by rocking a little bit side to side. So rock on your sit bones side to side. Then make some circles with your upper body. Notice how that feels through your hips and your low back, inviting some movement in. Go the other direction. Okay, and then come back to center and extend down through your sit bones so that you're anchoring yourself. Let's open up the spine. Let's do some movements for the spine. So take a nice big breath in, reach up through the left side now. Let's lengthen over to the right, in the side bend. Then inhale to come back up, release that. Reach up through your right side now, lengthen up and over to the left. Inhale to come back up. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, reach up through the left side, lengthen over to the right. Breathe in to come back up. Then reach up through the right side, lengthen up and over to the left. It's a wonderful way to warm up the spine, stretch those muscles on that right side. Inhale to come back up and then let that go. Okay, now let's move on to some different warm-ups for the joints. Let's begin with the hands and the wrists. So circle your wrists, or you could circle one, and then extend the arms and bend and straighten at the elbows. And if the elbows weren't available, let's say, then move to the shoulders. And you could even do this, if you've been doing those elbow warm-ups, then you could move to the shoulders now if you wish. Circle your shoulders. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Slow it down and add the breath. So inhale as you take the shoulders up, exhale back and down. Inhale up, exhale down. Noticing what you notice. One more. And then you can let that go. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, and then let's do this like a clap. Open the chest. So reach out through your collarbones, open up the shoulders, and then bring the shoulders towards each other. Breathe in as you open up. Exhale in. Inhale, open. Exhale in. Inhale, open. Exhale in. Now cross one arm or both arms over your chest and rock the upper body side to side. Okay, then return back to center. Switch the arms if you can. Bring the other one on top or in the front. And then again, rock side to side. Okay, and then return back to center again. And you could please release that. Okay, now let's add some sun breaths. So inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And then exhale, release down. Inhale, lengthen upward. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, now let's add a twist to this. So inhale, lengthen upward. Twist to the right. Exhale, release shoulders, arms. And then inhale, reach up again. Twist all the way over to the left side. Mindfully exhale, release. Follow your breath. Inhale, lengthen upward. Twist over to the right. Exhaling. Inhale, lengthen upward. Twist over to the left. Exhale, let that go. And then come on back to center. Make your way back to center. And then let that go completely. Yes, wonderful. Okay, let's turn now to the lower body. Rock your thighs in and out. Roll the thighs in and out. Then pick up your right thigh. You could do this using your hand or not. And take it out and in. Try to keep your spine long and your heart lifted. So we keep, we call that the mountain alignment. Okay, set that one down and then proceed to extend the leg, bending and straightening at the knee or simply extending the thigh. Set that leg down, rock it back and forth a little bit to release. Lift the thigh up again using the hands or not, and then let it go. Lift it up, let it go, lift it up, and let it go. Great. Let's move on to side two. So lift the other leg up, take it out and in. Using our core too, aren't we? So especially if you don't use your arms to hold onto your leg, these core muscles engage to keep your posture upright. Okay, and then come to center, set the thigh down for a moment, and then we'll bend. Let's bend and extend at the knee. Set that one down, rock it back and forth. Wonderful. Okay, now if you're sitting in a cross-leg position, for instance, on the floor, if you can switch the cross of your legs so the other leg is in front, support your body as necessary with a blanket or a block. We're going to do a seated cat and cow next. Inhale and lift up through your chest, take the shoulders back, and then as you exhale, stretch through your back body, emphasizing the breath here. So as you inhale, we refresh, we open. And as you exhale, maybe you stretch a little bit more through your back. Inhale as you lift and open. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in and breathe out, and then return back to your easy seated pose or your seated mountain pose. Okay, now we're going to do a seated sun salutation. Let me say this. If you are sitting on the floor, I recommend laying on your back for this, okay, for this particular sun salutation. Sun salutations can be done a variety of ways. So the way that we're going to do it today is I'll show you very quickly while some of you transition onto your back. So we'll start in mountain pose. So from seated position, we're already in it. We're extending down through the sit bones and lengthening up through the crown of the head. If you're laying down, extend forward through the legs and bring your arms down alongside of you. Okay, so I'll show you very quickly, and you can listen along if you're laying on your back. You don't have to look at your screen because I'm going to give you very, very specific instructions. So from mountain pose, we'll inhale and sweep the arms up, and then exhale, hands come to heart center. Then on the next inhale, we'll bring the right leg towards the chest. Exhale, set it down. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms up, take them wide. This is like a downward facing dog supine on the back. If we're sitting in the chair, we'll hinge forward. And then we'll come back to mountain pose. And then from mountain pose, if you're laying on your back, you could hug the knees in towards your chest. If you're sitting in the chair, you could fold forward. And then we'll return back to mountain pose. That'll be mountain pose. Think of it as our home base. Okay, so we'll start from that point. So starting in mountain Tadasana, extending down through sit bones. If you're laying down, extending down through your legs. Take a few moments to connect back to your breath. Whenever we transition, it's so nice to employ that stop method. You know, we stop, we take a breath, we observe, we proceed. Okay, so let's go forth with our sun salutation. Inhale and sweep up. Exhale, lower the hands down to your chest. Breathe in as you bring your right thigh up towards your chest. Exhale, set it back down. Downward facing dog next. Inhale, reach the arms wide, opening up the armpits. If you're sitting, hinge forward. Keep the back of your head aligned with your spine. If you're on your back, you could reach the arms and take them wide, creating that energy. Now return back to mountain pose and then fold forward or hug your knees in towards your chest if you're laying on your back. Pause here. And then return back to your mountain pose. Yeah. Okay, so let's do one more. Our sun salutation just goes to show, you can do it laying down, seated, standing, all different ways. So from mountain pose, take a deep breath in, reach up, exhale, awareness or hands come to heart center. Breathe in as you bring the right leg towards you. Exhale, set it back down. Inhale now, downward facing dog. Come into your down dog and then enjoy a few breaths while you're there. The spine's long, shoulder blades are on the back. Inhale, and as you exhale, return back to your mountain pose and then take a forward fold of some kind. So rest forearms on thighs or hug your knees in towards your chest. Okay, then let's inhale to come back to mountain pose. Good. Now, if you're seated in the chair, move back so that your back is supported by the back of the chair. If you're laying on your back, stay there. We're going to do another stretch. Hug your right thigh in towards you. This is Apanasana. And breathe into your belly. Feel the breath at your belly. If you want to straighten your leg, that's another option here. Sometimes that feels good to straighten the leg. Okay, now let go of the leg, let go of your thigh, and slowly lower the leg back down. Soften. Inhale through your nose, blow it out slowly through your mouth. Great, let's switch to the other side. Hug your left thigh in towards you. Breathe with an awareness of your belly. This is good for digestion, by the way, good for our colon. Straighten the leg if you wish. Let go of the leg. And now slowly lower it down. Kind of having fun with how slow you want to go. Yeah, and then when your leg has landed, go ahead and hug your knees back in towards your chest again, or fold forward again. One more stretch for the low back here before we move on. Okay, and then come back to mountain pose. If you're laying on your back, feel free to transition now to a standing position. So you could roll over to your side and do whatever you need to do to make your way to standing. We're going to do some things from mountain pose, from seated position or standing position. So first, if we've been seated in the chair, can you move forward so that now your sit bones are on the front edge of your chair? Good. Take the thighs a little wider than hip width apart. Good. So now let's do 3 sun flows to warm up the back of the body. You might have a chair in front of you or alongside of you for balance. Inhale, sweep up. Now exhale, fold forward over your thighs. And then inhale, lengthen halfway up with a long spine, a straight back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root down to come all the way back up again, and then sweep out and up again, and bring your hands back to your heart. Okay, let's do another one. So begin in your mountain pose. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, come all the way back up, sweep out and up, and back to Tadasana. Hands could even come to your heart. Okay, now from mountain pose, let's work into chair pose. So seated in the chair, it's similar in the chair to downward facing dog. Well, if you have a block, put the block between your upper thighs. Okay, if you're seated, if you're standing, I'm going to show you to the standing version. But if you're in the chair, try walking the feet back so that they're behind the knees. See if that works for you. And then this will be our seated version. I'll hinge forward. See, I'm keeping my back straight. And then reach forward through the shoulders, through the side body. Hands could be however you like them. This is our chair pose. And then we'll come back to mountain pose. Okay, so standing, we're going to do it all together in a moment. So standing position, got the chair alongside of me. I've turned it now so that the back of the chair is accessible. And then if you have a block, try putting it between your upper thighs. The old Pez dispenser. Okay, then bend your knees and take the sit bones back. So let's just see how this feels in the body. And then reach forward through the side body. If you're seated in the chair, same thing. Take your sit bones back, reaching out through the top of your head. And now come on back to mountain pose. Nice. Okay, let's do that one more time. Chair pose. And this time we'll hold it for a couple breaths. Well, that one was like a couple breaths, but we'll hold it for like 1 or 2 more breaths. Okay, so take your sit bones back, reach forward through the crown, reach the arms forward. Palms could face the ground, palms could face each other. Soften your shoulders down from your ears. Notice your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. We're all breathing together. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. And then inhale to come on back up to mountain pose. Yeah. Okay, then take the block out, set that aside. Actually, if you have that block, put the block, can you put it in front of your right foot? Can you see how, can you see that? Oh, okay. I'm trying to put it on my light mat because I just realized that my mat's pretty dark. So put in front of your right foot either if you're standing or seated, if you have the block. If you don't have a block, that's fine. Okay, so find mountain pose. We're going to do a few things in regards to balance now. That's what the block is for, but we'll get to that in a second. So first, in mountain pose, can you shift your weight over to the left side? So you feel like it gets a little bit lighter on the right. Now shift your weight to the right side. Things get a little bit lighter on the left. Do it again. Shift your weight over to the left. Shift to the right. Now root down evenly through both sides. Okay, so now this is where you might have your hand on the chair. We're going to do toe taps with this right side. So seated, it's really the same thing. We'll bend the right knee, lift the right foot up, tap the mat or the block in front of you, and then come on back to your first position mountain pose. So I was going to show you in the chair, but it looks like that might be enough instruction. So touch, and then back to mountain. Tap, back to mountain. Tap, come back to mountain. Good. Can you slide the block over to the other side, over to the left side? Let's try to stay lifted through your chest. Even try to keep your gaze forward if you can. I know we have to look at the block to see where it is. So of course do that, but then when you tap it, can you look up again with your hand on the chair and then come on back to mountain? Tap, back to mountain. Lift and tap, back to mountain. One more time. And back to mountain. Okay, now from mountain pose, shift your weight over to your left side and lift your right leg up. We're not going to tap this time, but we are going to lift the right leg up. And if you want, take the right leg out to the side. Maybe you go to like touching really lightly on the chair if you're standing. Focusing on keeping yourself centered here. It's fun to play, isn't it? It's fun to play with these balance techniques. Okay, bring the leg back to center and set it down. Good. Before we go to the second side, can you separate the legs a little bit and let's hula hoop. Take your hips in circles. That's always fun. All right, then switch direction. Or you could do like a figure 8 with your hips. All right, and then let's come on back. Come into your mountain pose. Shift the weight over to your right side. Lift the left thigh up. See if you want to open that leg out to the side. So playing with balance again, maybe you reach out. All these ways that we play with balance too, it supports our adaptability so that when we're also, going through our lives and something comes up, like, there's a step there and we don't see it, then these muscles have kind of been primed. Okay, bring the leg back to center and back to mountain. Okay, and then you can do hula hoop again, or if you want to do something a little bit different, let's do coat sleeves. Take the legs even wider and do this dynamic twisting from side to side. Releasing the shoulders, elbows, wrists, and hands. Slow it down, and then come on to back to mountain. Okay, now let's do warrior 1. So I'll have that rolled up blanket or folded blanket, the back of the mat for a heel. And the chair, if you're on a yoga mat, the chair in front of you, if you're seated, turn to the left and open the right thigh out to the side. So there's like multiple options here. So seated, I'll show you the seated versions first. So see how I've opened up my thighs, and then we'll turn towards the left leg, and then inhale, take the arms up. So that's one option for the lower body. Or bend the knee and bring the shin to rest on a block, taking the lower leg back and then reaching up. And standing position, and then you could come back to mountain pose if you like if you've been doing the pose. If you're in mountain pose, try this if you're standing. Stand away from the chair. We're going to step forward with our left leg into warrior one this time. So step forward with your left leg. Bend the left knee, please, and then square your hips. Okay, so come into whatever version of warrior one is working for you today that you enjoy. Lengthen up, lift the heart, enjoy your breath. Take a nice big inhalation. As you exhale, come back into your mountain pose. Okay, if you're standing, move back from the chair. If you're seated, turn to the right side. And same thing, have your right knee bent, open the thighs, or support your left shin with a block. If you're standing, step the right foot forward, bend the right knee. Inhale, reach upward. Notice your connection with your breathing. Be present. Our breath can be our anchor to what we're doing. Inhale, as you exhale, release, come on back to mountain pose. Yeah, and then how about if you do a forward fold of some kind or a downward facing dog? So I've got the chair here. I'm going to bring my hands to the chair and step my feet back. Also got this great blanket at the back of the mat for one heel or even both heels. I have the pelvis level. Okay, then let's inhale, come on back up, make your way back to standing. Okay, now let's do I'm just checking my notes to make sure. Let's do some lateral poses, starting with tree pose. Okay, so seated, could extend forward through your left leg. We'll be bearing the weight on the left side. So for those of you who are standing from mountain pose, we'll extend down through the left leg, and you might have a chair there handy on the side of you. And then open the right hip out to the side. A block could be here on the floor to rest the outside of your foot on, or here. So bending the right knee, open the right hip out to the side, and then inhale, lengthen upward. You could reach up, or you might take a different position with your arms today. Like, feel free to cross your arms over your chest, or bring the hands into Anjali Mudra. Take another breath in. As you exhale, return back to your mountain pose. And then do a little bit of rocking side to side. Okay, and then let's meet back at mountain pose again, Tadasana. Shift your weight to your right side. Extend down through that right side of your body. So shifting the weight slightly to that right side, open the left thigh out to the side. Support your heel or the outside of your foot on a block. And then inhale, lengthen upward. You might even add a little bit of movement here with the upper body. So you're giving yourself this little challenge. Just that slight movement. And then come back to mountain, strong and steady. And then back to mountain pose, we'll meet. Great. And then let's do a little hip walk. So Walk back and forth on your sit bones, or moving your feet back a little bit and then forward. Do it again. Walk back, walk forward. Back to mountain. Okay, now let's prepare to do some lateral poses. So if you're standing, put the chair on the right side of the mat with the seat facing you, or you could have a block. So I like to start on the right side. It's just a habit. So I've got my chair and block. If you're seated, open the legs wide. Just remember this. Or turn to face that right corner of your mat so that your hips are supported. Feel free to even roll your left thigh inward. Roll the left thigh inward. Warrior two is a nice way to open the hips. And we want to be comfortable, right? We want the hips to be comfortable. Sit bones are supported if you're seated in the chair. Okay, now if you're standing, step the feet wide. Take the legs wide. I've got a block here behind my heel too. And bring it to the highest position. Turn the left leg in, turn the right leg out, and bend your right knee. Okay, and then let's inhale, lengthen and open up the chest. Shoulder blades come onto the back. Turn your head to look out over the right side. So you're radiating this energy out from the center of your body. Imagine even like the sun's rays, you know how the sun's rays are so energizing. You've got this energy radiating from the center of your chest outward. Okay, now rest your left hand on your hip or release your left shoulder and hinge out over that right side. Bring forearm to chair or forearm to thigh, or hand might come to the blocks if the block's there and you want to come there. Then sweep that left arm up. So we add that little extension, perhaps, or not. Maybe the hand's resting. Lower the arm, root down, inhale to come back up. Straighten the leg, turn the legs in the same position, and then bring them back together again. Yeah, see if you want to do a little bit of movement again, maybe circling the hips. Or this is another one that I always like, doing the lifting of one leg, then the other leg, marching in place. Crossing over, touching opposite thigh. Okay, and then that's great. Come on back. Okay, we'll go to the second side. So I'm going to move everything over to the other side. Turn, if you're seated, turn to face the left side. Got the block there too if I want it. Step the feet out wide. Turn the right foot in. Turn the left foot out to 90 and bend your knee. And remember, if you're in your chair too and want to straighten that right leg, just be sure that your hips are comfortable facing the corner of the chair. When I learned that trick, it really made a big difference. When I do warrior two in the chair, I really like having that support. And now inhale, take the arms up and open up your chest, your collarbones. Turn to look out over the left side. Steady gaze. Notice your breathing. Notice that rise and fall of your breath. Take another breath in. As you exhale, lower your back arm, lower your shoulder, rest the hand at your hip, then hinge out over the left side, coming into extended side angle. The left forearm can rest on the chair or it could rest on your thigh. And then sweep the right arm up. It's great. Lower the right arm. Inhale to come back up. And then turn the legs in the same direction and step the feet back together again. Yeah, and then let's do a little, if you're standing, let's do a little walk forward. If you're seated in the chair, basically march in place, trying to get the knees up as high as you can. So march forward and then turn around and march back. I've been doing this all week. Of course, we don't want to run into any obstacles, but it's just a nice kind of mindful walking meditation almost. Then let's head back home. Let's go back to where we started and come on back. Yes. All right. Now, you could make, if you're standing, you could make your way to either the chair or down to the floor. We're going to do version of boat pose. So let's come to a seated position. Sit on a blanket or not. Okay, so have the legs in front of you. I'm trying to move back a little bit so that my camera is need more space in my Zoom room. There. Okay, so hold the backs of your thighs, sit tall, and then lean back until you feel your abdominal muscles engage. Then lift the right thigh up. Maybe let go with the arms. Lower that leg down, lift the other leg up. Navasana, boat pose. Lower that leg down. Now sit tall and open the thighs or bring your feet together coming into Baddha Konasana. You can see how I open my hips. Or if you're seated, take the thighs wide. Bring the hands behind you to lengthen the spine initially. And then maybe you hold on in front of you and fold forward. Feel the breeze of your breath flowing through your nose. Okay, inhale to come back up and then bring the thighs in. Let's do some seated windshield wipers. Take the thighs side to side. It's a nice release for the low back. And now you're welcome to come down and lay on your back, or if you're seated in the chair, either rest your back against the back of the chair or put a rolled up blanket behind your spine. We'll do one more stretch here and have your strap, if you have one, have it handy. If you're laying down, having a blanket behind the back of your head might be nice. Then let's take the strap behind the back of the right thigh and draw the thigh towards the torso. And this is where you're welcome to straighten your legs. Sometimes it just feels nice to do that. Back body can rest. Soften your jaw. Notice the breath again at your belly. Breathing in, the belly billows, and as you breathe out, it softens. Okay, let's switch legs. Set that one down. Bring the left thigh towards you. You might strap the back of your thigh, straighten the leg, soften or close the eyes. Okay, then set that leg down and then do a full body stretch. Stretch out, like stretch long through your body, whatever that means to you, however you want to stretch long. Inhale, and as you exhale, think of releasing here, and you can now get ready for Shavasana relaxation. As a reminder, if you're laying on your back, you might put a blanket underneath your low back or underneath a knee or underneath the back of your head. However, if you feel like the body is tensing in some way, can you support that part of your body with a blanket? If you're sitting in the chair, You might have a blanket behind the back, behind your spine, or a blanket on your lap. Take your time in getting comfortable, shifting around, resting back, releasing down to gravity. Return to the feel of your breathing. Note the in-breath, note the out-breath. Release your body towards the earth. You can let go of all effort. As you feel the breath full and deep, soften the brow, soften the eyes, soften the corners of your mouth. Notice that gentle rising and softening of your chest with your breath. Ribs expanding and softening with your breath. Belly expanding, softening with your breath. With each inhalation, feel a fresh wave of energy flowing upward through your body, bringing strength. With every exhalation, a wave of breath flows downward, releasing any tensions. Inhale, a wave of breath flows upward through the body, bringing calm to every cell. Exhale, releasing any tension, anything that's not serving you. Bringing your awareness to the feel of your breath. Once again, take a deep, full breath in and open your mouth, release it audibly like a sigh. And then begin to bring some movement back to your body. Move or stretch in any way that would feel good for you now. Moving whatever feels like it needs to move, stretching in any way. If you're laying down, bend the knees, roll over to one side. And slowly make your way back to a seated position in your chair. Feel free to even sit maybe a slight bit taller. And I have a poem to close our class with today. This is a poem by Julia Feirenbacher. Go gently today. Don't hurry or think about the next thing. Walk with the quiet trees. Can you believe how brave they are? How kind? Model your life after theirs. Blow kisses at yourself in the mirror, especially when you think you've messed up. Forgive yourself for not meeting your unreasonable expectations. You're human. Praise fresh air, clean water, good dogs. Spin something from joy. Open a window, even if it's cold outside. Sit, close your eyes, breathe. Allow the river of it all to pulse through you. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe until you feel your bigness, until the sun rises in your veins. Breathe until you stop needing anything to be different. So how about if you bring your hands to your heart or awareness to your heart? You can imagine this light at the center of your being. Think of that light as your essence, that which makes you especially you. And now let's share the sound of Om extending that light out into the world around us, sending with it peace, compassion, and connection, our gratitude for our connection. So go ahead and exhale fully. Take a long, deep breath in. One. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for being here and sharing your practice. I'm going to stop our recording.